across both her big bug eyes and started repeatedly licking out her long protruding tongue and jumping up and down on top of their small leaky roof, loudly yelling, screaming, name-calling, bothering, aggravating, and offending everybody that passed by. On and on she'd endlessly go insulting, slandering, maligning everybody that passed by while also loudly stomping both her big flat feet. Sometimes she would continue this complete, insane, idiotic insanity nonstop for hours on end, offending all their other nasty neighbors all day and night long, just before she would once again quickly jump back down, rush over and loudly slap one of their ugly, contorted faces halfway off, quickly rush back inside, loudly laughing, snickering, and giggling her small, crazy head halfway off. On and on she tries to go, repeatedly calling them out of that crazy lunatic name, while also violently crossing both her big bug eyes, licking out her long protruding tongue and endlessly sticking her small stupid head out the window as far as she possibly could. Sometimes she would continue aggravating everybody that passed by for hours on end, while several angry, frustrated residents stood outside their small, trashy yards, all as mad as they could possibly be. Time and time again, his crazy lunatic Zalda would roam around their small, filthy neighborhood, going from one house to the nasty, torn-up neck, endlessly sticking her small, stupid head in through other people's windows and doors, while loudly laughing, snickering, and giggling herself half to death, just before they would once again angrily rush back outside, loudly calling her a crazy, loudmouth, bug-eyed idiot, and loudly slam shutting all their windows and doors, as she always then stood outside in their small, trash-littered yard, loudly calling them all a huge, nasty pack of stupid, destroyed idiots over and over again, nearly 5,000 times in a row, while also repeatedly crossing her big bug eyes and licking out her long, protruding tongue, always as mad as she could possibly be. Miss Lily Long pulled off her huge dirty dress, stood up half-naked giggling, and completely bathed in the punch bowl at the picnic. Every single day that passed by, she could be seen standing half-naked and barefooted after pulling off her same old dirty, torn-up, ankle-long purple dress and completely bathing out in public as her bald-headed, ugly, tired-looking, crazy husband stood there loudly laughing, snickering, and giggling himself nearly to death. Usually she'd stand there with her big blabber mouth sprung open nearly 3 feet across, loudly yelling out, "I mean it, that blame all of y'all stupid gays and idiots. Y'all don't tell me what to do. That blame all of y'all," as she always quickly ripped off her huge, nasty, ankle-long dress as fast as she possibly could, grabbed her large basket full of dirty bath water that she carried everywhere she went, and completely bathed out in public. On and on she tried to go, loudly laughing, snickering, and giggling herself nearly to death, while also wasting and splashing water all over herself, the ground, her huge dirty dress, and almost everybody else, as she quickly lathered herself all over from head to toe, while also vigorously combing her short, kinky hair and repeatedly brushing all her huge buck teeth. One by crazy one, all her pop-eyed, nosy neighbors would be standing there, also loudly giggling themselves nearly to death, just before one of her crazy lunatic relatives would always yell out, "Look out, Miss Lily, there's a big snake," as she always jumped up in the air nearly 6 feet high, while violently bucking both her big bulging eyes and desperately took off running, full speed all the way headed right back home, loudly yelling, screaming, hooping, and hollering, still soaking wet, as naked as a jaybird, with her stupid, idiot husband, Mr. Ricky Ruckus Long, only steps behind, also loudly yelling, screaming, hooping, and hollering, while also trying to somehow, some way cover himself and her up as he plowed through their entire nasty, trash-littered neighborhood, knocking down everything in her crazy lunatic pathway, while still screaming, yelling, hooping, and hollering, and running for life and death, as scared as she could possibly be. Then after stampeding all over everywhere and nearly breaking her crazy lunatic neck nearly 20 times in the process, scared half to death, there always stood her ugly cross-eyed cousin, Big Willie, who yelled it out, repeatedly jumping up and down, making fun at her, loudly laughing so hard he could even see anymore, loudly calling her a stupid, buck-naked idiot, and tightly holding on to a huge dirty dress just before he always quickly gave it back, while still loudly giggling and shaking like a leaf on a tree in his small, idiotic boots. Then after always angrily grabbing him in his nasty 2-bit collar and systematically beating him beyond recognition, most times for hours on end, while he stood there violently bucking both his big bloodshot eyes and ducking for